What I'm pulling apart for you right now in a very, very dramatic and extreme way is the fact that dollars and money and profit and value are two utterly and completely separate notions. Company A, this is actually pragmatic data. So I had our team actually, sometimes I give this example out and I make up an example, but this is actually downloadable information from doing a little bit of research on the internet. So Company A exists. All right, it has a revenue of $150 billion annually. It's an enormous amount of top line, right? As the financial people like to call it, top line. It has 400,000 products in circulation. Wow, that's a lot of products, right? Large internet customer base. So the internet presence is enormous. They have import-export troubles. So these are some of the, if you were doing a strengths and weaknesses, opportunities, threats, they call that a SWOT analysis. Every MBA on the planet is capable of writing a really good SWOT analysis. This is some of it. They have low to virtually no overhead, so their cost of goods sold is very low. So a lot of it is administrative. A lot of it is administrative and transportation costs, right? And it's mainly produced in other countries. So what would anyone declare the value of Company A to be? So if you look at Company A, you could begin making an analysis that, well, anything that produces $150 billion in revenues should be very valuable. Its stock price should be very high because naturally at some point you're going to turn a profit and pay dividends. Or if you're not, somehow somebody paying $150 billion or the society at large paying that's an enormously potentially profitable business. And it would be very, very valuable, extremely valuable, in fact. So as we go down, and I use this, I've taught this in MBA programs, and I get the MBAs to look at this very carefully so they can begin to look at those financial mechanics and do this evaluation. So, but this is a different webinar, right? We talked about the value of an idea. What is in your imagination? What is something that would benefit society as a whole from this company? So this is an actual company, it's an actual industry, and the product of the company is human trafficking. Now, that was a punch in the belly for me. I usually do use different products because my team actually went out and looked this up because I'd been using hypotheticals. But the value of selling human beings is zero. That idea is worthless. In fact, in our country, approximately 150 years ago, we fought a war and 500,000 people died to end that, right? Human slavery is not a valuable idea. And I just don't think there's an argument to be made on its behalf. But somehow it's being sold. Somehow our society looks at different products and says, it can make a lot of money. I think I'll do it. And I'm using this extreme example. It's such an extreme example because you don't actually consider, and I don't certainly in my day-to-day life always consider, what is the impact of what I'm creating? The impact of creating another person being a slave is absolutely worthless. So what is your idea? How does your idea expand our ability to survive is what's most important. And what I'm pulling apart for you right now in a very, very dramatic and extreme way is the fact that dollars and money and profit and value are two utterly and completely separate notions. And unless you approach your business from the standpoint that your imagination, that your idea, that the thing that you are trying to contribute with the energy that you have in your life is something that would be viewed as very valuable, you're missing the boat on the value of your company for an investor.